Hey guys, I make enough money to pay all my living costs and my medical school fees while living abroad and staying at home and working remotely. So in this video I'm going to share all the information with you about how to work part-time and still manage to have a fun life while doing courses that are hard, especially in medical school. So stay tuned. So I'm an engineer basically. I decided to switch paths and study veterinary medicine. Currently I'm in my third year veterinary school. And I work mostly part-time, remote from my home, and that's how my majority of my income comes. So initially when I started my medical school, my plan was to work part-time so that I can at least pay my living costs. At least that was my bottom line. So I ended up getting a job as assistant lecturer for Coventry University in the Polish branch, teaching software engineering and artificial intelligence to students. As my medical school years started getting advanced and my courses also were a little bit harder, it was almost impossible for me to teach in person at a university and also study. It was a very hectic time. I still remember I used to go early morning to the anatomy labs and dissect a cadaver of an animal or something, and then I have to immediately rush to my university where I teach for my students completely different stuff, teaching programming, and then I come back again, have some food, and then go back to my bacteriology or virology lab culturing bacteria or viruses. So it was really hectic. So I had to resign the job, and then I decided to search for a part-time job. And I finally found a programming job that is completely remote, and I might have weekly one meeting maximum, and there is also flexible working hours, and it's also surprisingly in the field of veterinary medicine where I'm using artificial intelligence, so it was also adding to my portfolio as well. So first I was as a lecturer just doing engineering stuff even though I was studying veterinary medicine. This time I was lucky enough to get a veterinary job that involves programming and artificial intelligence, which I studied as an engineer. So it was like a win-win situation for me, the best thing ever. I mostly work in the evenings, sometimes late nights, or at times in the weekends. It's not really stressful. I have some experience as a programmer for like 5+ years. So if you have some kind of programming experience, it really helps. It also having a remote job also helps me plan my week completely in advance, so I know when my classes are, when I'll be doing work, when it will be hectic, when I can take a day off for studying or just leisure or going out or something. Trust me, it is really hard to study veterinary medicine and also work in parallel and also spend time with the girlfriend and family at home in India. So it's really a stressful thing to do, so you need to be having a strong willpower to push through all of these things. So for me personally, my goal was to, as I said, wanted to just pay my living expenses. Now I just saw the potential of software engineering or artificial intelligence where I could make enough money to pay even my medical school fees. Per year I pay close to 8,000 euros, I think, per semester, close to 4,000 euros per semester. In Indian currency I would say I'm paying anywhere around 7 to 9 lakhs per year just for tuition fees and living costs, which involves the rent, food, and other miscellaneous expenses like stethoscope, lab coats, scrubs, and other so on and so forth. Having a job and making my own money kind of gives you that freedom and then also kind of independence, that you don't have to depend on your family and be a burden to them. That's a very important thing coming from India. I've seen my parents work really hard. I just don't want to make them pay my bills at the age of 28 when they have to retire at this point, I guess. So this is a big thing for me that I found this job. So what I recommend for young students out there is try to find some kind of a job. There are some of my friends who do a physical job like working at McDonald's or being a waiter. There's nothing wrong about it, but the timings and the physical work puts a huge toll on the body. And also studying a course that is really hard, like veterinary medicine or any course for that matter, that involves a lot of mental thinking, I guess. So it will be really hard to balance. So if you know some kind of skill like video editing, programming, I highly recommend students to learn these things. These are all self-taught stuff. Even though I'm an engineer, I mostly taught myself how to program. Not all the time the schools teach you stuff. I always use YouTube. YouTube is my biggest teacher than any university I've ever studied. So this is me having, like, this is my 10th year in university, and I think YouTube taught me more for free than most of my universities which I paid for. So it's a very powerful resource that's out there for free. So please utilize it. Learn some kind of a skill that you can sell, you know. And speaking of part-time jobs, of course programming is there, something that you can do from home. You don't have to be anywhere in person, so that's a huge plus as well. There's a lot of opening for AI internship jobs, AI part-time jobs, data science, data analytics, and of course there is also a lot of demand for full stack and app development, website development, etc. So if you guys are interested in finding a part-time job, or wanting to learn a specific skill that will help you pay your bills while you are studying, let's say like studying abroad where things are very expensive, feel free to reach out to me. I'll attach my website below. Please click the link. There's a contact form you can sign. We can have a one-on-one private session if that's what you're interested in, where I can help you find your dream job or your university or what exactly you wanted to do. It can be engineering or medicine. I have experience in both the fields, and I'm living in Europe for the last 6 years. And I lived in Germany, Finland, Sweden, and at the moment Poland. So I had so much fun making this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I really wanted to help you guys and add some value of whatever stuff that I have learned through experience. So thank you.